Hello everybody, welcome back to Girl Talk with Issy. So for today we are going to be talking about overcoming childhood trauma with Fatima Ishiaku. So just give us a few minutes for her to join and then we will start the discussion. So just a little bit of facts. I met Fatima at a gender-based violence conference. This was through my workplace. That was around 2020, I believe, or was 2021? Okay, 2020. Yeah, 2020, when they had the Governor's Wives Conference around gender-based violence, and she was there, and then I met her at the conference, and we got talking about, the whole aspect of gender-based violence in Nigeria. And then I got her book and I read her book, and it was it's a very touching story. It's a story that's really, it breaks your heart, but it's also very informative and enlightening. I just thought that her story was really very unique, and she's, really helping people a lot, especially when it comes to gender-based violence. So I think she's doing a lot of great things. And I think she has a unique story and she's very passionate about what she does. So I really wanted to try to speak to her. I haven't been able to. I wanted to speak to her actually before now. I've been wanting to do an interview with her. But I finally figured that, this is, 16 days of activism during these weeks. I want to at least interview another survivor and get to hear her own story and experience. So let me invite Fatima on. Hello. Hi, Fatima.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine. Nice to see you virtually.
Nice to see you.
Yes. I know that I first met you through the GDP conference, and I've been wanting to interview you or do something. So I'm just glad that I have the opportunity to speak to you. So welcome.
Thank you. What's up?
Yeah.
Waiting for more people to join.
Yes, we'll just give it a few minutes and we'll start. Yeah. So how are you so far? How has the whole 60 days of activism been for you so far? I'm sure you must have been very busy doing a lot.
Yeah, I went to Ife and I went to receive an award from His Majesty.
Okay.
His Imperial Majesty. So yes, just educating one or two young girls on gender-based violence and talking to some guys also on gender-based violence. This is the season.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, this is our season. So we just got to do what we have to do.
Yeah. So I want us to just sort of get started on the discussion about your story. So first of all, I just want you to tell me a little bit about who you are and your experience growing up and why advocating against gender-based violence, why does it matter to you? Just tell us a little bit about your story.
My passion, I'm not doing just what I'm doing because I'm doing it. I grew up having a passion for it. I've always wanted to do it. I've always wanted to talk about gender-based violence. I've also always wanted to educate girls and boys, mothers, fathers, but I didn't have someone to push me. So I didn't have. I want to do it, but I was scared because as a rape victim, and it has cost me a lot.
Wow.
It cost me engagement. It cost me stigma. It cost me bully. People don't even want to associate themselves with me. So because what I've been through, I was scared to to come out. Because I've been engaged twice, not even twice, 3 times, but 2 actually hurt me. The other one didn't actually hurt me, but the 2 actually hurt me because at the end of the day, they don't want me to talk about my story. One don't even want to be with me because I was a rape victim. They see me as a taboo, as a cursed child.
Wow.
As someone that seduced their mother husband. So for me, it wasn't easy. But when I had the 2016 in the US, when I had the backup of an American professor, that encouraged me to write my book. That's when his encouragement. Even when I wrote my book, I was still scared because I was used by a lot of people. A lot of people just want me to come share my story, tell the world that I was raped. They just use me. But at that moment, they just make the world feel they are supporting me. Once I share my story with them, they don't even want to talk to me again. So, but when I met Olori Ronke Ogunwusi, she took me to KBC. So it's the Imperial Majesty. And he was so passionate about my story. He empowered me so much. One of the reasons why I can be able to reprint my book in Nigeria was because of his Imperial Majesty. Do you understand me? Then, Her Excellency, yes, Her Excellency Barrister Chioma Uzodinma. When I also met her, she's one of my sponsors of my documentary.
Okay.
Yeah, then I have Reverend Anuli. She also pushed me, her word of encouragement. Then I have Dr. Martins, and I have Dr. Martins, and I have Dr. Elisha Atta. Dr. Elisha Atta was the first person to give me his platform to speak, where every other person rejected me. After the BBC, Dr. Elisha Atta was the first person that gave me his platform to speak. So it wasn't easy. And at the end of the day, this is the same thing a lot of victims are going through. They just want you to come out and speak. They rather support people that do immorality, crazy thing, that support a rape victim.
So what you are saying is that as you've been telling your story, what people are not doing enough is supporting you in the process of how you are helping other survivors to heal, which is what you are lacking right now. You need more people to actually support you.
A lot of survivors,
yes,
it is audio support that they give them.
Okay.
A lot of survivors only get that audio support. They just, oh, you have a story. Oh, your story of how you were defied. Oh my God, sorry about that. Okay, can we want to do an event? Can you come and share your story? Then the victim come and share their story. We're going to support you. After them, when you call, they don't support you. Most people want to do gender-based violence because that is what the United Nations, the world are doing. They want people to just feel, okay, we're involved. We're doing this to help. We're also part of gender-based violence. But the truth of the matter, they are not passionate about it. They are not passionate about it. I know what I went through. Today I'm so right now, because I have the support of even His Excellency Yaya Bello, Governor Yaya Bello also supported me for my documentary. Right now, I'm so confident in myself that people don't, I don't let people bully me anymore. Even when people bully me, stigmatize me, it doesn't get to me anymore. They still stigmatize me.
And actually, Can you take us through that process of what the bullying and stigma is? Like, let us go back in time so that I can understand more of your story, more of growing up, being abused, being raped, and going through that bullying and stigma. Let us know a little bit about your story with sexual abuse.
Okay. I grew up with a man that we're still waiting for more people to join us. I grew up with a man that I thought was my father. He started defiling me from the age of 5 till I was 14. But the penetration didn't start at the age of 5. The penetration started at the age of 7. I was raped from the age of 7 till I was 14. And he threatened me that once you tell your mom, I will kill you. And I'll kill your mom. And this is one of the things that a lot of rapists tell their victims. When you tell anybody I will kill you, you will die. So Doris, thank you for joining. Once you tell my friend Doris, she's very supportive. The Chinas are really. I went for her movie premiere in America, and she was nominated for a 4th Christian Annual Film Festival in Orlando, and I missed that one. So for the premiere, I went for a movie premiere. In a movie premiere was the reason somebody discovered me.
Okay.
So it was through her movie premiere that I was discovered, that someone heard my story and told me to write a book. So she has been very supportive of me from day one. So she's here now. So I just want to acknowledge her. So Doris, hi.
You're welcome, Doris.
So even my documentary, she played a very major role. She wrote the script. She wrote the script of my documentary. And she's one of the people that encouraged me to also write this book, because it wasn't an easy thing to do. Yeah,
nice.
So she's here. She's very supportive, and I love you, Doris. So I said thank you very much. So somebody else came in SM, and thank you everybody that is joining. Thank you guys. God bless you. So with time I'll mention people's name. He started defiling me from the age of 7. At the age of 5 years, he started penetrating inside of me. At the age of 7, that is when he started abusing me, and it was one of the most painful experiences I have ever experienced in my life. I don't wish that for anybody being defiled as a child. I am still fighting my demon. I'm tired of telling people that, okay, I'm healed. Yes, I'm healing. I'm getting there. I'm gradually healing. So, but at that 7 years to 14 years, I was a sex slave. And my mom traveled a lot for business and a lot of things like that. When my mom traveled, even though it's for 1 month, I become a sex slave. He raped me, he beats me, he tells me that I'm dirty, I'm smelling, I'm ugly, no man is going to marry me, that is doing me a favor. And when I tried to tell my mom that, look, when I was tired, she wouldn't listen. She just pushed me away. So that I tried to tell her, look, mom, this is what is happening to me. Once she will not listen, she will push me away. I became a sex slave. So many times I tried to commit suicide. I dropped out of school. I became an alcoholic. Oh God. People don't, when I share my story, it's just as if I am back into that, although that moment. It's like I'm seeing it. So many times I tried to tell my mom. One of the things that he did was to make my mom hate me. One time he beats me so badly. When I start fighting back, he beat me. When my mom came back, He told my mom asked him, why did you beat Fati this way? He told my mom that he saw me kissing a boy.
Wow.
What did my mom do? My mom added her own bruises on me. My mom beats me. So many times my mom has cut my vagina and put pepper. I still have scars all over my hand, my head that remind me of what my mother did to me. So I was a sex slave under her nose for 7 years. The only place I find comfort is through sport. Travel, go to sport, running, and that's the only place I find comfort. When my mother found out that I was not a virgin, that was when I told her what was happening to me. And I told her that I'm not going to tell you, because if I tell you, you will die, and I will die. That's when she said she will not die. She tell her. Then I told her. That was the day I found out that he was not my father. So when he came back from work, she grabbed him and said, so because Fati is not your daughter, that is why you've been defiling her. That was when I found out that he wasn't my dad.
Wow.
Then I was in the house, my mom kept protecting me, my mom kept traveling, but he kept beating me. Because he now hated me, and less than 2 years, my mother died before I was 16. So I had to come back. So my mom moved me out of the house to live with her younger brother. When my mom died, I had to move back to the house so I can take care of my younger ones. My mom is an Igbo woman.
Okay.
So I'm the Ada of the house. I'm the first daughter. So I have to take care of my younger ones. This man was defiling me, even while my mother was in the mortuary. What did he say to me? Nobody's here to protect you anymore. The only way you will not suffer is when I marry you. I'll kill you the way I kill your mother. So I became, my mother was in the mortuary, I became a sex slave. But all through why those things were happening to me, when my mother found out, my mother only took me to the village. They call it Ukwala for traditional cleansing. But my mother did not go with the husband. Amen, Doris, amen. My mother did not go with her husband. They only went with me. Then did something, bring to him to eat. Because once he go to my mother's village, they are going to make him dance naked in the market square or bath in the market square. So she's protecting him. And one of the reasons why my mother was protecting him, because that was my mother's third marriage. So she doesn't want to leave. So when she eventually died, I became a sex slave all over again. I couldn't take it. I became a club girl. I go to club because once I'm in the house, he will define me. But when I go to club, I come back home in the morning, then he has gone to work. Then when he go to work in the morning, I come back home and I bath. If then he doesn't go to work, I sleep in my friends' their house. And it got to a point their mother doesn't even want me to sleep in their house. Nobody even want me to stay in their house. So that was how my life was.
So how are you able to escape that process of knowing that you are being abused and be able to leave your stepfather?
Say that again, please.
How are you able to leave that process of being abused? At what stage did you decide that you didn't want this to be your story anymore? And how are you able to leave that situation?
It was at the age of, before the age of 17, okay. I started fighting back. Okay. Now when I died at the age of 16, it was defiling me even while my mother was in the mortuary, till almost when I was 17. So that was why the only place I could run to is the club, because I was tired. How can you be defiling me when my mother was in the mortuary? Like it became even worse than when my mom was alive. Wow. Now he just used me the way he wants, morning, afternoon, night. Because if I don't submit myself to him, he's going to kill my younger ones the way he killed my mother. So I was tired. So what I did later, I now had to go and, because all I did now was not drinking, smoking. I became an alcoholic. It's only God that helped me. I didn't do drugs. My second home was club. I club from Monday to Sunday. So when I was tired, I had to go and meet another officer in the barracks. This happened in the army barracks.
Okay.
But I couldn't tell him, but he knew. He now said, okay, they now invited him. He wrote a letter, they invited him, he now came. So they now asked him, they now said, okay, tell us what is going on. You know, I couldn't say anything in his presence. My monster was facing me like this, one-on-one. I couldn't say anything. I just said he wasn't giving us feeding money. That's what I told the officer. Because the look in his eyes, I couldn't say a word.
Wow.
I said he wasn't giving us. So they just say, you know what, you have to be giving them feeding money, blah, 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 and stuff like that. And they told him to go. When he left, the officer and I said, Fati, I know this man is defiling you, but we can't do anything till you open your mouth and talk. But since you don't want to talk, I know you know what to do. That was how they moved him away from the barracks. That was how they moved him away from the barracks. That was how I regained my freedom. But no education. So we started doing all kinds of things to survive. I don't want to go to club anymore. But when I go to club, when you tell me that you like me, I should go with you. I'll tell you that, look, my father was raping me. That was why I ran away from the house. So they helped me, they give me money. Right now, I don't want to live that life anymore. I started doing all kinds of things, selling orange, granite, farming, just to take care of my younger ones. But one of the things that he said to me before, he said, as if I don't marry him, that I'm not going to be happy in my life. And I can never get married. It's like a cause that he put. That even though my enemy gets married, something will happen to the husband and stuff like that. All those things are part of the reason why I don't want to get married. Because I'm still facing it. I'm still facing some monsters. I need to be sure that that man did not put a curse on me. Because I just feel the reason why that most of the time that, okay, if somebody I want to marry, I'll just feel, no, why other people left me because of the curse that my stepfather has put on me. Do you understand? Like, I don't want to. So it is deep. It is deep. There are some things I was holding on to. I couldn't say it in my book. I have to use it as a documentary.
Okay.
As a victim, I try to find comfort in people, and society defile me all over again, whereby not raping me, whereby they end up using me. So many first ladies have used me. That moment, just come share your story, Fatima. Or what can we do to support you? They are all lies. The only first lady, and it's in my documentary, the only first lady that stood by me, supported me, is by Sachoma Uzodi, my first lady of Imo State. Every other person was using me. Just put to the word I was supporting Fatima. And that is the same thing every other victim is going through. I talk to victims every day. I educate victims. I went to Ife, and we had this beauty, cultural beauty pageant, and I was talking to these girls about my story. Do you know, like 60% of the girls were all rapists, were all victims of it. I've never seen a thing like that everybody break down and start crying. And I was the first person some of these girls were able to share their story.
So how can we, in Nigeria, how can we provide more support to victims, and also what can we do to prevent this? Because like you said, 60% of the girls there were victims. So number one, how can we provide enough support?
Okay, let me ask
you. And number two, what can we do to prevent this?
Do you know most people that stigmatize me are women? Yes. Most people that stigmatize me are women. Most people that tell me that I'm not ashamed of myself are women. Most people that don't even want to be close to me are women. I have good friends. Like Doris. Doris has been there for me, has stood by me. Yeah. Most females don't even want to talk to me. Let me ask you a question. Okay, the world is fighting against gender-based violence against women and girls in our society. Who are the people that traffic children? I don't know, women. Who are the people that brutalize, beat, stab, maltreat children? I don't know, women. So how do you expect the world to listen to women when women are talking about gender-based violence? Yeah. When we women are the problem of we women.
Yeah. We need to actually be more on our side and support each other rather than stigmatize.
And women need to, if you watch, women hardly talk when they hardly talk about, okay, what gender-based violence you hate against women and girls. But they don't want to come out and talk about, okay, you know what, women, let's stop the abuse against children. Let's stop the physical abuse against children. Yeah. Let's stop the psychological abuse against children. They just want gender-based violence. Okay, we want gender-based violence against women and girls, but we are committing a crime against children. But they're not talking about that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this thing will not stop.
What's happening to children? Yes.
Yeah, because this thing will not stop. Because the more a victim come out and share her story and they stigmatize her, other victims will not come out and speak. And once a victim is silent, the perpetrator become more powerful.
Yeah.
But once victims start speaking out, a perpetrator become very weak. Yes. Nobody they know they I'm sorry to use this word. Everybody have sex. But why is it that when a victim come and say I'm raped, you that have sex to stigmatize the victim?
Yeah.
She was forced. Why? Her right was taken from her. She was forced. She just wanted her perpetrator to get arrested. Even though if a woman is not a virgin, you rape her, that pain is going to be there because you took what you're not supposed to take. So as long as we don't come together, be one voice and stop the stigma against each other, it will not stop. And that is why the issue of rape is getting bad in our society.
Yeah.
Look, a lot of people don't want to talk about rape. Let me give you an example. When we're trying to post my documentary in other platforms to make you understand that, look, something like this is coming out. So people need to understand what victims go through. Before you stigmatize the victim, you need to watch and see what victims go through. Do you know most platforms don't want to promote it? They say because we're talking about rape, they don't want to promote it. You cannot mention the word rape. You cannot mention the word molestation. You can only use abuse. What kind of abuse? Physical abuse, sexual abuse. So we cannot talk of rape.
Yeah.
You have
so
to remove it.
And that's they're not even comfortable using the word rape molestation.
Yes.
They want to sort of try to cover the word with something.
Yes. They don't want to talk about it. And they forbid you to talk about it. It's okay, yours, remove it. And I said, no, it is not possible. I am not going to remove it. This is what I want to do. This is what I plan to do. You understand? I would have just stayed in America. I wouldn't have come back to Nigeria. Do you know how many times I tried to give up? I became, except when like people like Doris don't understand me. Then my friend and don't buy, they all understand me. My team understand me. When I want to start, they know that okay, now she don't start something on the touch. I could just leave her. If you don't understand me, when I watch a movie, or I get I have an NGO page, or I get a report of how a girl or a boy is being raped, my mind will just scatter. It will bring back my own trauma. And that moment, when if you don't understand me, you try to like, I'll say, please just give me space. And you think I'm arrogant. Oh, she's arrogant, she's this. But you don't understand. When you rape a girl, a child, they go to the police station, police will say, okay, bring money. They will not blame the victim. I was a child, I was at 5 when they started fingering me. They raped me at 7. What was I wearing? All the children that they were raping, what are they wearing? Most of the girls that are dressing half naked in Nigeria are not victims of rape. Do your research. All over the world, the people that have been raped are not even dressing indecent. Yes. They were dressing so normally. A call girl will tell that she had never been raped before. So, what is she wearing? Do you know what somebody said to me? My friend, a guy, he said, why won't they rape you because of your shape? I said, you're telling me a child. He said, Fatima, I go, I bet you you carry now. I just block him on everywhere. IG, Facebook, everywhere I blocked him. Thank you, Doris. I just blocked him everywhere.
Yeah.
When you don't have people that encourage you, as a victim is something else. And when you have people that encourage you, you not speak out. Do you know when I post my story, they say I'm lying, that I'm looking for fame. My stepfather started raping me before my mother started having children for him. My mom have 2 children for him. And he begged them to beg me for forgiveness, to forgive him. So you think if my story is a lie? Well, you've read my book. So can somebody lie on a book like that? They say I was lying. Exactly. Society and government need to do more. They need to, even government, they don't even want to get involved. They only do it because United Nations is saying, say no to rape. Imagine a Nigerian girl was being discovered by an American professor. For my own Nigerian people. But if I go to BB Brother and I do so many crazy things and I have success on life, the world will promote me, they'll make them rich and make them famous. Support them, give them all kind of endorsements. But when you come and say they raped you, they don't even want to talk to you. If not, yes, Doris, Donbari and his wives, then my team, my some of other my people. A lot of people just left. They just said, you know what, Fatima, you get bad stigma, but I don't even want to associate myself with you. Okay, now they now see that okay, Kabesi is supporting me. Imo State, they now want to come back and be like, you can't associate with me because when I needed you more, you dumped me.
Yeah. Yeah. So
I keep telling victims.
People, there's a thing when survivors speak out, and there's that stigma of people not wanting to associate with them because they don't agree or accept with whatever has happened to their situation. So one of the things we are saying is that people need to be more comfortable with understanding and sympathetic to what survivors are going through. And also what you even said, like how can we sort of provide a solution towards this, like where if a survivor reports, there are actually consequences. What can be done more? Because like you were saying, that person, when you were telling somebody that you are raped, somebody had told you that why would they rape you because of your shape.
Speak a little bit louder, I can't hear you.
That rape is not something that a woman invites. You cannot just blame it on her body, you cannot blame it on her clothing. So what are some of the ways that these things can be prevented? And what are also the ways that you can actually support survivors?
I can't get that question. Let me try and see if I can use my earpiece. I didn't get that.
Okay.
Just 1 second. Yeah.
Okay.
Let me see. Just hold on. Let me see if I can use this earpiece. Say that again.
Okay. So what I want to know is that based on your own experience and even what you said when you had told somebody that you are raped and that person responded to you that, oh, it's because of your body shape, this and that. So these are some of the negative connotations that people associate when people believe that a woman is inviting somebody to rape her. So what I want to know is that what are some of the ways that we can prevent this? And also, what are some of the ways that we can support survivors? Number one, from one of the things you've told me is that us women, we need to do better. We need to actually truly support each other and not just stigmatize and condemn another woman if she's been abused. So one of the things I've gotten from you is that us women, we need to actually support each other. What more needs to be done to help survivors and how can we prevent it? Especially like dealing with children and the home. What are some of the ways that we can take right now to prevent abuse?
Okay. First thing, first for a survivor.
Yes.
Once we can stop the stigma and put blame on the victim. Once we can stop that is the first thing we can do to help survivors. We can do to help victims. Stop the stigma and stop putting blame and stop asking them silly questions. What are you wearing? Then how can we prevent it? One of the things I keep telling mothers is you need to know your children. You need to learn to listen to your children.
Yeah.
For example, like I always use myself as a case study. When I used to be a very calm, like sit here, I sit here. Sit here, I sit here. Later I become very violent. My mom didn't like what a girl that is calm. Why is she not becoming very violent, aggressive? Same thing when a mother, you see your children are very calm, become so violent, know that something is going on.
Yeah.
And when you have a child that is very aggressive and later when you see a particular person, that person when that child becomes scared, find out that something is going on. Most parents don't listen to their children. Most parents don't even know when their children started menstruation. They leave everything for house girl, for house boy. A lot of children find comfort in talking to the maid, their neighbor, and their own parents. Most parents don't even have time for the children. Recently, we still have this thing in Africa where a lot of mothers bat their children outside. Oh, thank you so very much. Thank you. A lot of mothers in Africa still bat their children outside. Recently, that's what I do. I go run in the morning, talk to mothers in Ado. This thing you're doing is wrong. Stop batting your children outside.
Yeah.
And you're batting this girl, they start going pubic hair and up breast, and you find out a guy will just stand and just be staring at them. I went to meet a woman one time and I told her, I said, if they defy this girl, I'll get you arrested. Do you know she didn't stop? You make a kind of woman right walk, go front. So I should go to my woman right walk. So that is the problem.
Yeah.
You are exposing your children to danger. The kind of you see a single mother, she's bringing all kinds of men to the house where she have daughters, and you say, okay, I'm going out to when Esther finished taking her bath, every rub cream on her body, and let me wear her clothes. Is that her father? Father and I said defy children, and you keep bringing different men, and you watch all kind of movie that's uncensored with your daughter. And the man is here. And when you get him turned on probably a movie, you are fed up your on your period, and he can't do anything with you. When he moves, when maybe your little girl says, okay, Mama, I need to go to the bathroom. It's mine. It's that little girl. So if mothers, and if everybody wants to get married because of this society, oh, they need to get married, and women are not checking the mental psychopath of their partner. Who is this guy? Does he have any criminal record? Has he raped before? Is he a drunkard? Is he a wife beater? You don't find out. You get to marry this guy, you have a daughter, you bring this same daughter into the house. Yeah. I know a lot of victims that their mother is telling them not to speak. And she be go soon marry, go to your husband's house. Go see what make her do, make her go. And they are still raping them. Their father is still falling there, and the mother no. They can't leave. They say, Fatima, please don't do anything. Just leave me. So if we don't get it right, rape will not stop. During COVID, I had to do an ad. I was even going around telling parents, this is the time that you need to monitor your children. Because right now, I don't start sending children to different places, because the rate of rape is going to increase. People are insulting me, calling me all sorts of names. COVID, what happened? Anambra State, how many fathers were caught raping their daughters? Wow. In Lagos, in Ogun, in Abeokuta. Ogun State now is one of the highest rape states. And they rape these girls, they kill them. I did a job in Ogun State. I'm not scared of anybody. I don't care that they're listening. I did a job in Ogun State. And when I finished, I said all the girls there on International Girls Day, write what your fear is. Those children, some of them are victims of rape. I did not follow up the case. Now, they didn't follow up the case. I said, okay, we'll get back. The first thing we'll get all this thing. We'll get back to write your number. Your perpetrator will be arrested. I keep calling them. Look at these girls are victims. What are you guys going to do about it? It's not I can't carry that responsibility alone. What are you going to do? We need to help these girls. They attend to me.
Wait. So why didn't they follow up on the case? Who did you have? Did you have a human rights lawyer? What happened?
Because that moment, they want the world to feel they are doing International Women's Day. That moment. They don't care what happened to you after them. They don't. They don't care what happened to you. Ask anybody, if Barrister Chioma, who's the president of Imo State, hear that a child is being raped in her state, you'll go and arrest that person. Find out. Except that matter did not get to her. Except that matter did not get to her. After you find out there's a lot of young girls in that state that are also fighting on the issue of rape. We have a long way to go. When I tried to commit suicide so many times, if I had died, I'll be here sharing my story. I'm still pained. I'm still traumatized. People don't forget all the stuff that I'm dressed and I'm dancing and I'm doing events, can't be giving an award, I'm getting an award. I am still pained. What? I am still, when I see people saying that, okay, now they look for fame. Or people, I'll pass on the road, people will say, excuse me, are you that girl that they rape? Not are you Fatima? Not are you Fatima? Every victim that I help today, that I even pay their school fees, I do for my pocket money. I do for my book sale. I do when I do speaking engagement. You don't get support. Nobody cares.
Can you take us? Can you let us know some of your healing process? Because you said that at a certain point you wanted to commit suicide. So what helps you to heal? And you said that you are still healing. So what is helping you to keep going and to be encouraged for fighting?
I keep telling every victim, the first stage of healing is forgiveness. I keep telling victims, the first stage of healing is forgiveness. You can't say you want to heal. One justice is done to your perpetrator, and you're still holding that person in your hand. Let the Lord take his course. Forgive the person. The second stage of healing is speaking out. When I tell people that, okay, I forgive myself, people say, why will you forgive yourself? What have you done to you? What have you done? Why are you forgiving yourself? What did you do? Yes, I need to forgive myself because I put myself into so much pain. I became an alcoholic. I'm hypertensive. I live on medication. I have health issues for what I've been through. Because what I put myself into. So I have to forgive myself for putting myself into so much in life. Speaking out, forgiveness, prayer. Before you speak to someone about your issue as a victim of rape, be careful who you speak to. A lot of one time is when I saw a therapist in America. I didn't do then open your heart to love. Not we have fantastic men in the world. Not for the fact that someone raped you, mean all men are bad. Open your heart to love. Look at Oprah, look at Jasmine. They open their heart to love. There is someone that love them. If they didn't open their heart to love, they can't get that love. They can't get that healing. So they need to open their heart to love, to accept someone that will come and just wipe away their tears from their eyes. It will not be easy. Is that I decided, okay, I want to get married. I didn't want to say I don't want to get married because the men are bad. I don't want to get, I'm scared of getting my back. I just feel what of my stepfather cost. It's still affecting me. So I'm just praying, fasting. When I'm convinced in my spirit, that's okay, yes, and that's okay, yes, I want to get married. Then I will not take that. But for now, no. And I am scared again that what happened to me really happened to my daughter. So one of the reasons why I went to see a therapist was because if I get married, I will not let my husband change my child. For that mentality, that pain, that trauma. Do you know what they told me? The woman said, not everybody can be like your stepfather. You need to open your heart to love.
Yeah.
That was the reason why. Because when I went to see another therapist, which was saying, I asked her a question. I said, have you been raped before? She said, never. So what do you want to tell me? So what do you want to counsel me? He said, look, you just need to let go. I just gave her a middle finger and I walked out. Then my friend told me to someone else that I went to see. And I just asked her, I said, have you been raped before? She said, no. I said, so what do you want to tell me? How do you want me to heal? You know what she said? She said, I'm not a rape victim. You are the rape victim. I don't know what to tell you on how to get your healing. But one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make you fall in love again. Open your heart to love. Open your heart to trust. That is it. Yeah. So and victims just need to be careful who they listen to. Do you know?
Sorry,
amen.
Your voice is breaking a bit. You said victims do what?
Victims need to know who they talk to.
Okay, yeah. Mm-hmm.
They have to know who they talk to.
Mm-hmm.
They have to be careful the kind of friends they keep.
Yeah.
Because when you keep the wrong friends, they will remind you of your pain.
Mm-hmm.
I've had some group of friends. Thank God we're not friends anymore. And once I was supposed to go out, they didn't know I was at the door. They said, that girl, na bad influence. You cannot be going out with someone that you.
And when I entered, Fatima, what's up? How are you doing? You understand? So, but when you have the right people, the right friends, the right people, it will help you to heal.
Yeah.
It is not a one-day thing. It might take years. Just me, I still cry when she talks. Oprah still cry when they talk. But not that they are not getting healing. They are getting healing. It will take it. It will take time. Victims need to discover their inner strength. Once you discover your inner strength, your inner strength will help you fight your fear and weakness. Because if you cannot discover your inner strength, you will cry in every little thing people stigmatize you, you will cry. I discovered my inner strength. Every woman, every female child, those one has been abused or not being abused, everybody have that inner strength.
Yeah.
All you need to do is to discover it. Do you understand? Sometimes I don't want to do this work anymore. Doris can tell you. Sometimes I get tired. I don't want to do it anymore. But right now, I'm so passionate about it. I love it. For the fact that a young girl can come to me, I will cancel her. We don't put all their picture on my page. We don't do it.
Okay.
Except some physical abuse that maybe they physical abuse the girl. We just turn them and show their abuse. But they physically abuse them. But when it comes to rape, I don't put them. Some of these victims, I'm the one that their father and their mother. You said you know your brother is raping your daughter. And if they get offended, they find it so offensive that his daughter could talk to me. So we don't put their picture. Right now, people they don't press okay. I told you that say, you know what? Don't hide when you're telling your story. Because if you cover your face, you're not showing your identity. Show your identity. Because it might not be my story that someone needs to get healing. It might be your own story that someone needs to get healing. So don't be afraid.
Yeah.
When you have something that is troubling you, don't cover your face. Open your face.
Okay. Yeah. So tell us a bit more about what you do, your work with House of Fatima, because you said that you even help some victims to know that there is abuse going on in the home. So let us know a bit more about what your organization does, even when you started it. Let us know more about that.
Okay, House of Fatima is a non-profit organization. We're registered, and what we do, we rescue both the boy child, the girl child, against rape, against physical abuse, verbal abuse, psychological abuse. That's what House of Fatima do. And when it comes to physical or sexual abuse, we end up at the end of the day, we take the case to the station. They get the perpetrator arrested, and we charge the case to court. So a lot of people, we've taken them to prison.
Wow.
Yes.
You've been able to actually have the perpetrator go to jail. They've been locked up. Wow.
Yes. So because I've had I won't mention their name. I have people that called the police station before. And when I have the case, they're trying to. They have people that call them. So they don't joke with my case. Then when I go with the case and say, okay, this is what is happening, this is what's happening, they help me get the perpetrator arrested. I have that time. I don't send my team to go. I go by myself.
Yeah.
And they've attacked me so many times. They've attacked me. A few months ago, that was July. That was June 30th. If you can, there is a place, I don't know if you can see it, up. Let me see. There is a place by the light, they shot a bullet into my house, trying to kill me.
Wow.
Thank you, Doris. They shot a bullet into my house trying to kill me.
Who?
I arrested someone that raped a little girl. He was raping her from when she was 5.
Sorry, who tried to attack you? Who?
They sent a bullet to shoot me. So it was the police from Langbasa that came to carry the bullet. And they've warned me that I'm getting myself into what I'm not supposed to get myself. Because I have to move from my house to a more local place where I can be able to rescue children. And because the physical abuse on children in this place is very bad. And guess what? It is not the area boys. Amen. It is not the area boys that are raping. It is not the area boys that are abusing people. It is other states that come to Lagos that bring children and physically abuse them. And now they say, okay, it doesn't happen anymore. But when I find out, I get you arrested. I take you straight to the police station. And now my life is being threatened because they feel I'm always arresting them. So my bed is a bit far from where the bullet came through. If not for God, AK-47. It destroyed my speaker. And I was sleeping about 4 a.m. in the morning. So other time they've attacked me. They've broken my head. But that's why people don't get involved with gender based. They only show you, okay, we're doing it. There's a danger attached to it. If you arrest a perpetrator and he has a gun, they'll come after you.
Wow.
So people try to shy away from it. For me, I told God, I said, this is a ministry that you gave me. If you feel, if it's your will that they kill me doing this work, I'm coming home to this. But I'm not going to just say, okay, because people are trying to kill me, and I'll back out. People know me. I don't run from fight. I'm not a coward. When my mother took me, when my mother took me to her uncle, to her younger brother place to live, her cousin almost break me all over again. Do you know my mother's family called me and told me that I need to stop talking about this rape issue? Then I called my cousin, he's a reverend father in America, Augustine, and I told him, I said, do you know Uncle Chinedu tried to rape me when mommy took me to live in Uncle Tony's house? You know what happened? Sorry. Then the reverend father bought a ticket and came to Nigeria. He called me to meet him somewhere in Omole. He said, there's someone that is coming, but I won't mention his name. And who is that? Maybe Reverend Mother is around. My mom is my mom is an Igbo woman. And she comes from a strong Roman Catholic home where we have reverends, our sisters, our cousins, our Reverend Mother, Reverend Fathers. And when I got there, it was Uncle Chinedu that tried to rape me. I was there. Do you know what it means to face someone that tried to rape me when I was fighting rape? You know what he said? When my cousin asked him, he said, but I tried, but I didn't rape her now. But my senior brother, you know that in my book, you will see I talk about Onyebuchi in my book. You read my book?
Yes,
you read my book. There is someone I talk about, my stepbrother, Onyebuchi. Do you know his daughter, Ngozi, now called me and was crying. Onyebuchi's raped her when she was 4 years. He took her virginity. He raped her continuously since she was like 15. And when she told her father and her mother, he told her to shut up, she was lying. That's him on Kuchinedo. I was facing a monster that almost raped me and that raped my cousin. And my mother family wants me to shut up, not to talk about it. If Ngozi give me the right, I'm going to get Chinedu arrested and I'm going to send him to prison. police is saying go ahead, and my mother family are trying to manipulate her brain. They are trying to manipulate her brain. But for me, I told her, I said, if you're ready, tell me. I'm going to get Chinedu arrested on phone, and I'm going to send him to life in prison. Because it destroyed her. She's not right now, she's not, it makes her become wayward.
Sorry, breaking a bit. I don't know whether anybody else is noticing it. Is it where you are? There's a little bit of a static.
Let me read what Doris said.
Can you hear me? There's just a bit of a static going on.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you, but I don't know where that static, that background noise is coming from.
Okay, that was a background noise. I don't know.
Okay, but you can continue. Sorry, it's just that I don't know whether it's. Oh, okay.
Can you hear it?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, you can continue. Sorry.
It's better now.
Yeah, it's better now. It's a bit better now.
Yeah, I think it's the earpiece. Okay, Doris, thank you very much. She said she has to go now because she has to join the prayer meeting.
Yeah, I think it was the earpiece. The audio is better now. Yeah.
Earpiece. Yes, yes. All right, Doris, thank you so very much. Thank you very much. So she said she has to leave because she has to join a prayer meeting. Thank you, Doris. God bless you. Thank you. Okay, sorry. What was your question again?
No, you were telling me your story, how you want to get somebody arrested for the committing the rape. Yeah.
Yes, my cousin, he raped my cousin. Right now, the family don't want us to do anything. They want us to shut up. Whereas my cousin that my cousin raped, she's going through so much trauma. Everybody wanted to shut up. Family wants you to keep quiet. Society wants you to keep quiet.
Yeah.
They don't want you to speak out. So what are we doing?
Yeah.
When we all keep speaking out, how are we going to know that rape is going on in our society? They just want to know to talk. They want to remain silent. But we can't. That's why the bully, the stigma just has to stop.
Yeah.
That's why we need to stop stigmatizing victims. It is not their fault.
Yeah. It's worse enough that somebody goes through this and then they get that backlash from society. It just makes it worse.
Yes. So how do you expect them to come out and speak out when they came out and speak out and the world is stigmatizing them? So what do you expect? Do you think another victim will come out? And that's why the rate. Have you seen the rate of rape in Nigeria? Have you heard about the rate of rape in Nigeria?
Yeah. We had to declare a state of emergency. That's what the governor's wives did during that 2020 because the cases were rising.
What did they do for the people that come out to speak out? What are they doing for the people that came out to speak out? That's the problem, Isioma. That's the problem. You want to do this, you want to do that. But what of the people that come out to speak out? Have you called them? Okay, you know what? Come to my state, educate them, give them your knowledge. Let's do this. Are they doing that? No. It is getting worse. Now they rape these girls. They kill these girls.
Wow.
Now they rape them. They kill them. So it is. Look, I don't know what else to say. Do you understand? As long as we are not truthful, it's going to get worse. We're fighting for women should be in power. women this, women that. And you cannot stand for a girl that is being raped.
Yeah.
That moment, just share her story and go. If it's something that I could have shared a suicide note, a girl sent me. Her name is Vanessa. If I share, I think I say you don't do it. They brought her state government wife brought her out, and she shared her story, did events and stuff like that. And when not to commit suicide.
Okay, the video is breaking a bit. You said she shared her story, and then what happened? Sorry, everybody, the video is breaking a bit. I think it might be the connection. Let's just give her a few seconds to come back on. But overall, I'm sure that this conversation so far, it's just very enlightening. Her sharing her story, it's really just an eye-opener on what we need to do more of. So one thing that I keep taking away from what she says is that we must stop the stigma. It's bad enough that somebody has to go through such a horrible ordeal, to go through rape or molestation, but then the worst is when society puts the blame on them, when society doesn't want to associate with them. So that's something that we really need to work on. How do we treat the victims? How do we treat survivors? What support do they receive from us as individuals? We need to really consider how we are being more compassionate, being more empathetic, being more sympathetic to hearing somebody's story, letting them tell their truths, and also ensuring that we do what we can to help them. I think it's amazing what she does with the organization and making sure that perpetrators actually go to jail, because that sends a message that this is what is right and this is what is wrong, and we cannot allow these things to keep carrying on in our society. Yeah. So thank you so much for joining me for this conversation. We've actually been speaking for over an hour now, and Fatima has discussed so much. I know the connection has been a bit, there's been a bit of static or background noise, but I hope that you've been enjoying the discussion. I hope you've been learning a lot, and I encourage you to follow Fatima, look up her organization, what she does, and provide support as much as you can. And just even reading her story, getting her book, reading her story, and just trying to learn more about how we can help those who are victims of gender-based violence and what more we can do to prevent this in our society. Thank you so much for joining me for this discussion, and I will see you on my next video. Take care.